Thank you, Honourable President. The third supplementary question will be asked by the Leader of the Opposition.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. You wanted kudos, so let me give you some kudos. You certainly talk a good game, but the reality is you're not serious about fighting corruption in your own party. If you were serious, you wouldn't be sitting here with the Deputy President with a slew of allegations over his head. You wouldn't be sitting with a Speaker who has allegations over her head, who's been raided. And if you were serious, your lists would not be filled with people who were accused in the Zondo Commission of State Capture. Mr. President, you just mentioned that Parliament plays a very important role as a stakeholder in the oversight of this, and that serious matters require accountability. Those were your words. Mr. President, do you accept that a Speaker's house being raided by the National Prosecuting Authority is a serious matter? And do you believe that she should step aside to protect the integrity of this House and its envisaged role in fighting corruption?
The Honourable President. Order, Honourable Members. Order. Honourable President, before you proceed, I recognize the Honourable Boroto.
Oh, thank you, Honourable House Chair. Honourable House Chair, this is a new question and it has nothing to do with what we are dealing with. This is pure gossip. It's pure gossip and it's a cheap shot. I really want to appreciate that the President doesn't respond.
Order, Honourable Members. Order, Honourable Members. Honourable Members. The question posed by the Honourable Groenewald specifically refers to, as an example, a Deputy Minister and members of the executive and the members' interest process. Now, this is a new question. This has no bearing on the primary question. And as order, Honourable Members, and as we know, a follow-up question must relate directly to the primary question that has been asked. Honourable Steenhuisen.
House Chair, I'm not wanting to get into a quibble with you, but if you read the rule further, it says all arises from the response. The President opened the door when he said Parliament has a role to play in combating corruption. The President himself, in his response, has opened the door for us to now discuss Parliament's role in this. The Speaker, as the representative.
Order, Honourable Members.
The Speaker, as the representative of this House.
Thank you.
The door was opened by the President himself.
Honourable Member, now whether the door was opened by the President or not, the fact remains that the due process that the President has referred to has not been followed. And if you want to, you can submit the substantive motion or complain to the Ethics Committee, so the Ethics Committee can consider the matter. Right? That is where we are, Honourable Members. I don't know, Honourable President, if you want to respond to anything, but really this is a new question.
Honourable Chair, House Chair, your ruling is my command.
Thank you, Honourable Members. Honourable Members, in terms of the request for questions to the President, there was a fourth opportunity that was available for a supplementary question that has not been taken up by the parties in terms of the rotation that is there. I don't know if there's anyone who wants to make use of an opportunity. Order, Honourable Members. Honourable Members. Honourable Members. Is there any other political party? No. Thank you, Honourable Members. No, I apply the principle of fairness. So if you had an opportunity, I will not allow you again. I will proceed, Honourable Members, to question number 6 that has been asked by the Honourable Chair. Yes, Honourable Member.
Point of order, House Chair. House Chair, the NA table advised earlier in the day that these were open for parties to apply. They were then allocated. I was notified by the NA table that I would get the slot on this fifth follow-up question. You can check this with the NA table. The slot should have come to me, House Chair, in terms of the agreed procedure for this.
Honourable Members, this was not brought to my attention. Right, and I simply, in terms of the rules, I will have a discussion with the NA table around the matter. But if you look at the sequence and the fact that, in fact, Honorable Leader of the Opposition, you had an opportunity to ask a question. It is a matter that they should have consulted with the presiding officer before making such allocations. And in respect of that, I rule that we proceed to question number 6.
House Chair. I
Order, honorable members. Honorable members, order. Order. Yes, Honorable Sienason.
accept your ruling, I accept your ruling in that regard, but nonetheless, you've put the question, nobody else has wanted to put a question. I raised my hand, and therefore the slot remains vacant and can be filled. There's plenty of precedent of when people don't want to take up an opportunity, that the person wanting to raise their hand is able to do so.
Yeah, that is subject to the presiding officer making a determination whether you had a fair opportunity, and I've ruled that that opportunity has been given to you. We now proceed to question number 6, asked by the Honorable Tseke.
Thank you, Honorable House Chair. Honorable members, one of the most important pillars of government's economic recovery plan is a significant increase in infrastructure investment. This has meant that we have had to give specific attention to effective project preparation and the mobilization of funding on a far larger scale. We have amended the Division of Revenue Act to provide for the pledging of future infrastructure grants, to crowd in private sector finance, and to leverage external technical capacity. This will facilitate integrated planning and implementation. It will also enable the development of a funded maintenance program, a monitoring and evaluation framework, and a governance structure to manage the program delivery. I previously spoke about the Northern Cape and the Eastern Cape as pilot provinces to address the social infrastructure backlog in schools as well as in housing. Infrastructure South Africa is making use of its project preparation facility to support the 2 pilot provinces to develop quality business cases for submission to Treasury Loans Coordinating Committee and the Budget Facility for Infrastructure. Through this mechanism, we will ensure that social infrastructure, particularly health and education infrastructure, is delivered in a manner that is cost-effective and rapid. It will also help to increase the participation of the private sector, both in terms of financing this BUILD program and also drawing on its expertise and capabilities. As part of capacity building, the Municipal Infrastructure Support Grant, or Agent rather, MISA, is developing guidelines for municipalities to use for project scoping and packaging. Importantly, the Municipal Infrastructure Grant makes provision for a portion of the grant to be utilized for refurbishment. Through these efforts, the Infrastructure Build program is starting to gain momentum. Infrastructure projects worth over 230 billion rand are currently in construction across the country, including in areas such as energy, water, roads, rural bridges, human settlements, as well as student accommodation. These projects are contributing to greater economic activity and creating employment while improving the lives of South Africans and expanding the capacity of our economy. Thank you, Honorable House Chair.